Do you mind reading us a short passage of your book to give a taste to the audience?
Well, just to put this into context, he's under blackmail, kind of, in a situation where he had this patient who died and who is the mother of a very famous star. And the idea of being a mom killer, I mean, that's the way the press might play it. And as he's told, that he's living under the idea that there could be this wrongful death suit filed, which would be a publicity nightmare. I mean, the attention would destroy his practice. That's the Icarus thing, if you're working on these stars, be careful. It's great to be with these famous people, but if you lose one of them, that's not just a malpractice issue or whatever, it's a public relations problem because everybody's interested. It's like, oh my God, she died in his, whatever. So he has been called in the middle of the night and found this pop star that is in the back of a limousine, and they wanted him to take him to his surgery, and he's quite resistant to the idea. Wants to take her to a hospital, but they want to keep this quiet. And it's the idea of it's a sort of a simplistic idea of several people that are involved around this woman, that you can put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That she suffered this horrific injury, but we'll call in a plastic surgeon. I know just the guy, and we'll sort it all out. So here he is. He's finally relented. He's about to operate on her, and so this is. The slow up and down rhythm of Faye's chest filling with oxygen was a reminder he was about to operate on a living being. Since his early training, he'd become increasingly removed from that fact. He'd long since forgotten the apprehension he'd felt making his first incision, when he couldn't help but fear he might hurt the patient. Then it had taken 3 strokes to do what should have taken 1. An image he carried with him into surgery was that of the Teatro Anatomico in Bologna, the oldest operating theater in the world. Forget the old Globe. The Teatro Anatomico was alive with true drama. Everything seemed to radiate from the dissection table, around which were rows of wooden benches and statuary of the greats, including Hippocrates. As he stood in that gallery, he realized there is always an audience. Surgery is theater. It was an idea that appealed to him. In that moment, as he looked down at Faye's face, the audience didn't seem to be there anymore. He felt very alone.